Hi everyone. So now in this tutorial, I'm gonna actually create an object. Okay. So let's actually first let's go to the activity. Let's go to the content underline method XML here. So let me show you the Android view. At the top menu, just click on View and then Tool Windows and then click on Project. If you want to, you can actually use this shortcut here. For Mac users, you can actually hold down the Command key on your keyboard down and then press on the number 1 key on your keyboard. And if you are using a Windows machine, the shortcut is different. It should be actually a Control. Just hold down the Control key on your keyboard down and then press on number 1 key on your keyboard. So just click on it. Now here it is our Android view, right? If it is not Android view, here you can see these two little triangles. If you click on it, you can actually select Android. So now here, let's open the res folder. Inside the res folder, we have this layout folder. Open the layout folder and double click on this content underline method XML. So now let me double click on this tab here in order to make this area wider. So let's actually select this text here. So now let's provide an ID for this text. So why I am actually providing an ID for this text view? Because I want to interact with this text view from my Java codes. So here for the ID, just type in here txt1 and then press on enter key on your keyboard, right? So now you may ask that, so what is this view here? This is actually called the blueprint, right? So here, look at this bar here. Here we have some options. The first one here, it says, let me hover over this and it says show design. If I actually just click on this one here, now you can see that the blueprint is actually disappeared. Let's look at the second icon. It says show blueprint. If I click on it, now you can see that only we have the blueprint here. So I'll talk more about blueprint later. For now, you can just see that how we can actually appear or disappear the blueprint or the design. And let's actually look at the third icon. If I click on it, it says now we can show the design plus blueprint, right? So if you want to, you can just click on this show design so that you can actually only see the design here. So the ID of this text view is txt1. Now let's go to the main activity class here. And let's actually, for example, create an object of type text view. So here I can say text view. Okay, so I referred to the name of this class, text view. And now I can say txt1. So this is the name of the variable that I want to create here. Assignment operator. Now I want to actually refer to the user interface object that we have inside the content underline method XML. So here, first of all, I can say find view by ID. So it's going to actually find the view by a specific ID. So that's why we actually provided an ID for that, for that text view. So here I can say R. R is a class that actually holds the IDs that we actually provide for the user interface components inside our layout. So r.id.txt1. So you can see now I can refer to this txt1 ID, semicolon. So now, as you can see, we have an error. It says there is an error and it says incompatible type. It says required android.widget.textView found android.view.view. So it says that the variable that we have created here is actually of type textView. And now here we are saying find view by ID. It's going to actually find an object of type view, not a text view. So I'll talk more about this later, but text view, let me tell you that text view is a subclass of view. Okay, view is the superclass of text view. So here we need to cast this text view object, this user interface component, to a text view object in order to actually let the Android know that we are 150% sure that this user interface component that we are referring to is of type text view. So we need to actually be 100% sure, and we need to let the Android know that we are actually sure that it is of type text view. If it is not of type text view, let me actually show you the layout content underline method XML. Here we have a text view, right? The ID is txt1. If this is not actually a text view, for example, if this is a button, and here let's go to the main activity class, and here we say that this is actually a text view, our application is going to crash, because we have a button inside our layout, and here we are saying that we have a text view. If I actually just, for example, cast it to a text view. So I must be sure that this user interface component is text view, and then I can go to this main activity class. So here I can just put a pair of parentheses So this is called casting, okay? So you will learn more about casting in Java later. For now, don't worry, and just put a pair of parentheses here, and just type in here text view with capital T, and then select this one, and then press an enter key on your keyboard. So now the error is gone. But now you may actually encounter error regarding actually importing actually Android.widget. So let me, here at the top, you can see this import statement. If I open it here, you can see this plus sign here. If I click on it here, you can see that I auto imported this Android.widget.text view. Okay, if you see any errors here regarding importing the text view class to our file, you need to put this line of code here: import Android.widget.text view. But I auto imported this class to my file. How did I do that? In the next tutorial, you're going to learn about that. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.